Greetings, this is Kevin Jefferson with your weekly trade theory for the crypto indices, oil, and metals. Today we're starting with Bitcoin. This is the daily chart, and I'm going to scroll out to the weekly first just to kind of share how that looks on a weekly chart and show you what price is. And so obviously, if you've been following us for a few weeks, you've seen that I had some potential areas to take sell orders in the different assets. And so you see here on the weekly that price is pulling back to what I called a possible pullback area. And so what we want to do is go back a little bit more in depth, get a little more granular by scrolling into the daily. And it's hit this possible pullback area, and now it's starting to hit another possible sell entry area. So I'm gonna watch this. Wouldn't, if I was in a sell, maybe would stay in it, but I wouldn't look to get into this yet just until I get a confirmation of a sell, or if price is going to close back above 94.48259. If it closes above there, then we have to watch for price continuing higher. So we're at a point really just kind of observance until the market gives us a confirmation, because it's starting to pull back into an area where we should be looking for the possibility of more selling on Bitcoin, which means you would want to short or buy an inverse asset that would actually go up when Bitcoin goes down. Based on where it is right now, it's still trending down, although it's been pulling back. So people have seen some upward movement for about 2 weeks now, where the price has been kind of working its way back up, but it's still below 92,000. So we're still in that part of that pullback before the sell. All right, so still bearish right now on Bitcoin based on what the charts are sharing with us. All right, let's go to WTI oil. We've spoken about this. I'm going to go out to the weekly just to kind of give a big picture real quick and show where we had a possible price reset area, which is moving towards right now. Price is still actually bearish. It's barely bearish. It kind of tipped the support area down here and kind of pulled back. So it's bearish, but it's been pulling back for the last 3 weeks. And so we're almost at a price reset area where we'd have to observe and see what happens. Let's go down to the daily chart just to show a little bit more detail. And price is still short, but it's just been rising a little bit over the last several weeks, and it's still below $70 a barrel. So looking for a possible close above, we say around 69.834. Then we would observe it's actually, I guess, technically in a bullish move now. So I see this pullback here, and price actually went long at 67.188, but it's got 3 moves higher and it doesn't have a significant pullback. So I wouldn't be surprised if this price comes back and resets and then maybe continues lower. But we'll watch this because it does show that there's an opportunity at least for price to reset. So let's say to give some clarity to this, it's pulling back, and let me go out to the monthly to kind of get the big picture. It's pulling back, still bearish on the monthly. On the weekly, it's still bearish. And then on the daily chart, it's bullish. And so what do you want to do with that is wait for a good opportunity to either see price give you a complex pullback or some type of indication that it wants to continue long, or the opposite, gives you some type of rejection and gives you the confirmation that price wants to continue short. But we're going to wait to see what happens with this price reset area first, because we're nearing that. And then we'll make a determination on that as well. So price has moved north on WTI crude, but I wouldn't, if I wasn't already a buyer way back down here, the 67 area, I wouldn't be buying yet until I got a confirmation of what it wants to do. All right, so what does that look like? Maybe a move higher, price coming back down here to maybe around the 67.953 area. And then if it gives you a good indication to buy there, off of a pullback or some type of complex action that the market gives you, then you could be a buyer of oil, but it could turn around. So you want to watch that very carefully before you start trying to take on a bullish oil trade. Okay, let's go down to the metals. So gold here, as I spoke of in the last video, price actually hit the possible long area, gave us an indication of a buy. Had to take profit here because I like to take my targets off of historical data. And the last historical data we had for gold was actually up in this area. So it blew through that take profit, and now it's actually continuing higher. And so after the day closes, what you could do is possibly await a pullback off of that. So maybe wait until Friday's action, which means if you're waiting for Friday, you might as well just wait till Sunday or Monday and then let the market give you clarity about what it wants to do. But it's definitely showing bullish on gold. It's continuing higher above 3,000 now. So we're in legitimately uncharted upside territory here. So that's great. Gold is still bullish. And then we're going to get down to the indices real quick. The US 30 is completing its pullback from this downward move as I had spoken of. It's still bearish on the daily. Let me look at the weekly and kind of see what the big picture says. And it's the same here. It's significantly actually confirming the bearish move. So maybe one more week of rise. You see price actually tipped close to the pullback point on the weekly, but did not close up there yet. So we're watching this and kind of going to see if price converts to long, and if it does, if it sustains that, or if it's just resetting up in this area and then going to continue down to just take profits. So right now, still bearish on the Dow, even though price has been rising for the last week or so, maybe the last 2 weeks. It's actually still a bearish move right now on the higher time frame. So I would await that price action to give me a clarification if I wanted to buy in or wait for this to continue short and try to profit from the downside. All right, on the NASDAQ, where a lot of the movement has happened with the tech stocks and so on and so forth, price is still bearish here as well. Actually, it's bullish. Technically, it's off of a level 2 long pullback. And so price could come back up here and reset, or it could continue higher. So what you want to do here is go down to the lower time frames and look for a possible entry opportunity. Let me show you what I'm thinking about. All right, price is showing that it's reset here. So I would I would really study that and see if I want to get into that trade on a buy. But right now, because on the higher time frames, I think that price is still pulling back off of this downward move, that I would wait to see where price closes over the next week or so before I did anything. If I didn't have positions on already, I would just stand aside and let market give me a little bit more clarity on if it's continuing short or if it's going to go higher. And then S&P, last but not least, is reaching that pullback point as well. That's the daily. Let me go out to the weekly one more time and kind of show you how this looks on the larger picture. And so prices dipped significantly here, and it's pulling back. Would love this deep pullback here to take another sell entry here on the weekly, which may be obviously another 5 days or so. And it's just going bullish on, just going long on the daily, but it's a level 1 long. And the way I see this, this candle formation, I wouldn't be surprised if price continues to turn around and go short, maybe to go long one more time, hit this pullback point or a little bit higher, and then price could continue to fall as well. So I would just be mindful. Price is pulling back, and so this is a day of observation, not a day of taking trades. Observing price action over the next few days, particularly with this being the latter part of the week, and then we'll make our adjustments based on what the market shares with us probably in the coming week or so. All right. Hope this was helpful to you. If you have any questions, shoot me a message and we'll talk about it. All right. Until the next time, enjoy the day and happy trading.